Let's give a warm welcome to Madame Commissioner.
Wow. Good morning, everyone. Dear Valentino, dear Tanya, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the President of the Republic, Nikos Christodoulou, who could not be here with us today, I would like to congratulate you for organizing this event, which reflects the importance of women's participation in STEM and contributes to the joint effort towards gender equality. I would like to thank both of you and all of you here for the ongoing partnership and for sharing the same vision. When the state meets the private sector, then we can have substantial results. Allow me to begin my speech differently today. Ada Lovelace, whom we celebrate today, writes the first algorithm for a machine in the mid-1800s, and it is considered the first computer programmer. 2024, Secretary General of the UN, Antonio Guterres, underlines that we will need 300 years to achieve gender equality. In Europe, the region which scores best on gender equality, we will need 100 years. In the meantime, 1945, Harvard Medical School admits women for the first time. 1957, Ireland gives women the right to property. 1971, women get the right to vote in Switzerland. 2003, marital rape becomes illegal in the UK. Going back to 1948, the Declaration of Universal Human Rights, Hansa Mehta and Eleanor Roosevelt changed Article 1 just before it was voted, from all men are born equal and free to all human beings are free and equal, recognizing in this respect for the first time, not so long ago, in 1948, on a universal level, that women are human beings. 2023, Cyprus ranks 21st among EU member states when it comes to gender equality. The 2024 UN report on gender equality and SDGs ranks Cyprus 39th across the world, noting that there is a steady progress towards 2030 goals. The World Economic Forum report in 2024 upgraded our country to the 86th place from 106. Obviously, there is a long way until we reach substantial gender equality. At the same time, these reports and indexes should never be seen as a competition between states. No country has achieved gender equality, and we must use these reports as tools to improve the daily lives of both women and men, as it is not about competition between women and men either. It is a matter of investing in and use of the different skills and experiences of both women and men for stronger economies and fairer democratic societies. I only underline the above because I'm often being asked, why are we even discussing gender equality? Or what is the problem if we have no women in STEM? Well, according to the European Institute for Gender Equality, about half of EU students graduate in two main fields of education. In both of them, the lack of one gender is striking. Almost 24% of students graduate in STEM subjects, are most of them men. For example, in the ICT, women make up 17% of graduates in the EU. The other big study field is education in health and welfare, and men make up only 19% of all EU graduates. Subjects in this field are equally unbalanced, but to the other extreme. The reasons behind this segregation largely come down to gender stereotypes that influence subject choices and career aspirations for girls and boys. However, this is slowly changing in the STEM field. According to EIGE, the European Institute for Gender Equality, the share of top-performing 15-year-olds in science who expect to work in science-related occupation by age 30 is growing. In Cyprus, there is a growing interest of more than 55% of women and men graduates. This is already taking shape. According to Eurostat, in 2022, women accounted for 44% of total employment in science and engineering in Cyprus. And according to this data, the number of women in this category of jobs in Cyprus increased by about 3,500 in 2022 compared to 2021. Women working as scientists and engineers were primarily employed in the service sector, comprising 46% of scientists and engineers in this sector, whereas in manufacturing, 22% of those employed as scientists and engineers were women. When we look into ICT sector in 2023, 8.6% of men were employed as ICT specialists in the EU, against the 19.4% of women. And this brings me to the next point, the current threat, the so-called artificial intelligence. I myself had a chat with ChatGPT, and I asked the following question: is AI gender biased? And I copied-paste the answer. AI systems can be gender biased. And this issue arises from a variety of factors. First, training data. AI systems are often trained on large databases that reflect societal biases, including gender stereotypes. If the data includes biased language or patterns, the AI may learn and replicate those biases. Two, representation bias. Many datasets used to train AI may overrepresent or underrepresent women or men in specific contexts, leading to skewed outputs. For example, AI language models might associate men more with leadership roles and women with caregiving roles due to patterns in the training data. Three, algorithm design. AI systems are created by humans, and unconscious biases can influence how algorithms are designed, trained, and tested. And four, feedback loops. Once deployed, AI systems may reinforce existing biases. For instance, if hiring algorithm consistently selects male candidates due to historical data, it can perpetuate gender imbalances in certain fields. Dear friends, I would like to take the opportunity to give you some food for thought based on the above, which is related to the phenomenon which every one of us either experience or know someone who did: online sexism and abuse. As of February 2022, 20% women around the world said that they had seen comments or images online which suggested that men were superior to women. A further 19% of women reported having been said and requested comments on their physical appearance. Over 25% said that they had stopped saying what they thought online because of harmful online contact. And this is directly connected with the matter we're discussing, with the need to have more women in tech, but not as a complete solution on its own. Since current algorithms often fail to identify and mitigate sexist content adequately, having more women in tech can influence the development of tools and algorithms designed to combat sexism. And we need balanced representation because the policies we design, the decisions we make, and the actions we take have a different impact on women and men. I shall also turn to government policy, what we do. And I would like to highlight a few of our policies and actions deriving from our gender strategy that we follow a more of a holistic approach. We are collecting data. The Deputy Ministry of Research, Innovation and Digital Policy, in collaboration with the Statistical Service, will soon start the collection and processing of data on women's participation in the fields that we're discussing. Target groups. We discussed with Dania as well, that with a view to familiarizing women in rural areas with new technologies and the advantages they bring to their daily lives, the relevant Deputy Ministry with our office is in the process of designing targeted educational programs on digital skills, digital marketing, and financial services that addresses the specific needs of women in rural areas. Deconstruction of stereotypes, starting from schools. This year, career advisors and educators will start receiving training in order to guide children based on their skills, inclinations, and preferences, rather than on stereotypes and unconscious biases which wrongly dictate male or female professions. Motivation. The government, in collaboration with the Cyprus State Scholarship Foundation, are granting 10 scholarships annually to women for undergraduate studies in the fields of innovation and technology, and this year in shipping as well. Raising awareness, promoting role models, I think it speaks of itself. And the last, something that Tanya underlined, reconciliation of family and professional life. With the increase of the number of care infrastructures, 34, for babies and the elderly, until the end of 2026. We have increased maternity leave to 22 weeks, and by the end of the year, we will extend parental leave until the child's 15th year of age. The start of mandatory schooling from the age of 4 and the gradual introduction of all-day primary schools will also add to these efforts. Dear friends, before closing, I would like to share with you that I had the pleasure of meeting a fantastic team of young Cypriot women in high school who made it to the final of the Women and Girls in STEM Forum taking place today in Budapest as we speak. This project involves the creation of an application which promotes gender equality, and I would like to take this opportunity to and publicly wish them success. And I hope, Tanya, during the next event you're going to having, to host them and talk about their experiences. We must continue creating an environment that will allow girls and boys to shape their future based on their own skills and interests. At the same time, we must safeguard their equal access to the means to materialize their aspirations and explore their potential. In this effort, as I said in the beginning, everyone has a part, the government, the private, and the private sector. Our office, as you already know, stands ready to enhance this collaboration with all actors involved for the success of our joint effort. Thank you.